Welcome back. You're watching TRT World's The News Hour. We're going to return to the coronavirus, but look at India in particular. In 2 months, between August the 20th and October the 20th last year, the country recorded almost 5 million new coronavirus infections. There was panic. The virus was threatening to get out of control. In terms of new daily cases, let's show you a graph. And then look here. And basically, the peak of the pandemic in India is around September last year. But then something positive has been happening since then. In the past 2 months, so December 2020 to where we are now, February the 2nd, there have been a total of just over 1 million new infections, a massive drop. Second and third waves of the virus have hit almost every country in the world harder than the first, but not India. In fact, it's never even had a second wave. How? Let's speak to Bharat Pankania. He is in Bath in the UK, senior clinical lecturer at the University of Exeter's Medical School. Dr. Pankania, welcome once again to the programme. Do a bit of forensic analysis for us. How is this even possible?
I think India has hit a lucky break with a number of parameters in its favor. So the parameters being a younger population, higher humidity, higher temperatures, and an outdoor lifestyle. And all of those parameters put together with lockdown, together with restrictions of movements of people from abroad coming to India, they're all playing temporarily in India's favor. It could suddenly change.
Yeah, and people have mentioned that the mask wearing has been well observed. Obviously, we know, as you say, about youth, that younger people are less likely to be badly affected by COVID-19. The weather's interesting. What about the weather? In warm, humid conditions, what does that mean for the virus?
So, and this is a very important point that we all need to perhaps learn and do more research on, which is that warm, humid weather, one, people are outdoors, but two, really important, is that that element of aerosol transmission is reduced when you've got a lot of moisture in the air. The droplets will coalesce and fall down. And therefore, the cooler, drier air that we get in, for example, the United Kingdom at the moment in the winter period, perhaps enables more aerosol transmission and therefore more people get infected. And I just wonder if there is an element of aerosol transmission that is at play, meaning at the moment, the conditions for aerosol transmission in India are not great, and therefore the case numbers have come down.
Interesting. Droplets falling to the ground more quickly, so therefore not staying in the air and being breathed in by people. What about this theory? It comes from an urban policy expert in Mumbai, and he says that Indians have a basic immunity towards grave diseases because he mentions malaria, dengue fever, typhoid, hepatitis, cholera, the fact that millions of Indians lack proper sanitation or access to clean water, so they're used to getting diseases, and that their immune systems are therefore fortified more compared to other people.
I think there's definitely an element of this whereby they are encountering so many pathogens every day on a daily basis that they have accentuated immune systems. And by the way, to share with you, people like my colleagues at the University of Exeter are doing exactly those experiments by giving the BCG vaccination to stimulate, to accentuate the immune response to the coronavirus infections via stimulating the immune system rather than causing immunity. So I think there is an element of this also at play, whereby these young people are exposed to so many things that their immune system is in a better primed condition to fight off these infections.
Doctor, you know what? I follow you on Twitter, and I'm going to urge all of our viewers to do the same, because your professional analysis of this pandemic that is affecting all of us has been especially useful, not just to me, but every time you come onto the program, you teach our viewers something and help us to stay safe. Really appreciate it, Dr. Bharat Pankania.